I think we've done really well with the games that we had, the lineup of games. Obviously, I think we leave this. If you had asked us before, we would be like, oh yeah, we'll take the points that we've gotten, and it's been good. However, being in these games and seeing how closely we stack up and how we're actually in the game and winning the games, and then we don't take the 3 points, I think we find those losses a bit disappointing. However, with that being said, if I go back in time again, we're happy with the points we took. I think we have a lot to grow from in those games, and I think that's good for us.
Has there been any additional focus, based on the results the last 2 weeks, in closing out matches this week in practice?
100%. I think it's being smart in those wide spaces. I think if you look back at those games, a lot of the places we're giving up opportunities is silly little fouls late in the game in those wide spaces, and then we're getting exposed for that. So working on keeping our feet, doing things like that, closing out the game, being smart about how you manage those last 8 minutes of the game. Are you going for a goal? Are you taking it to the corner to then recycle and possess a little bit more? That has been a big focus. And I mean, we're a younger team, and so I think that comes with time.
You've been in the league a while, and you talked about kind of in retrospect the results were good. This feels like a playoff team.
100%. We've talked about it in the locker room. I've talked to girls. Bev has talked to the girls. And we've both been on multiple teams. We've been on winning teams. We've been on losing teams. And there are certain environments that you cultivate, and from the moment that you start training together that's going to be a team that can really push through to the end. And this is one of those teams. The play on the field is good. The locker room environment is good. Just the general chemistry overall is good. And when you have that, it's just kind of seamless.
How ready are you to be home for a couple matches?
So ready. Like, we have missed Lynn Family Stadium so much. And just being here on a training facility more frequently has been nice again. So we're excited to get back in front of our crowd. The crowd was amazing last time, and we're just excited to do that again.
Before you left, you got a trip to San Diego. Pretty lopsided victory for San Diego last time. Thought about that this week, reviewed it at all?
Yeah, we thought about it. I think the one thought that comes into the back of our mind is I hope they think that it's going to be an easy game, because it was 4-1, and they might be coming out thinking it's going to be an easy game, but we're a very different team, a very different side that played them last time compared to now. And honestly, from my perspective, I think San Diego is one of the better teams in the league. They like possession. They like to keep the ball, and I think it's going to be a good challenge for our team, right? We like to press. We like to do all those things. So we're going to challenge them in ways that they don't like, and they're going to challenge us in ways that might be our weaknesses as well. So I think it's going to be a phenomenal matchup. We're ready for the task. So it's going to be an exciting game.
Michael, I want to steal your question from Ella. After Washington, it seemed like a pretty disappointing group, I guess I would say, after that result. How do you feel like you guys bounced back in terms of getting back up?
Yeah, first off, that Washington game shouldn't have been where it was. I think for me personally, that was an error that leads to a 1-0 start. But there's something I talked about in the beginning of the season about me liking to empower my teammates. As this role as a captain, I like to empower them to also lead. And when you see our team come back from a 1-0 loss at half and come out and it be 2-1, I think that just shows how many leaders are in this group, right? And I think, back to your point about being a playoff team, when you have that many leaders that can go from a 1-0 deficit, bring it back to 2-1, you would have not seen the racing side do that before, and now we're doing that. So I just think this team is bound for greatness this year.